friends, welcome back to the channel Creatively Sandra. If you're new here, I'm Sandra, and here we do all things Disney unboxings, pin openings, some merchandise, some crafting, a little bit of everything. But today we are doing a pin tag, and this is my first time participating in a pin tag, so this was fun and challenging. And this particular pin tag was hosted by DC over at Broadway Disney Fan, and DC had several people participate in his pin tag, and then those folks got to select other people, nominate people to also participate in the pin tag. Nominate, probably not the right word, but tag them to be in the pin tag. So I was tagged by my friend Becky over at Magically Rebecky Me. And I'm going to leave her information and DC's and all the other participants below, and then you can go check them out to see who they tagged for the pin tag. And I'm also going to tag a friend at the end. So let's dive into this. This pin tag was called Diamond in the Rough, and it was based on the movie Aladdin. And so what DC did is he based this tag on Aladdin music. So music that is either in the Broadway show, the animated movie, a sequel to the movie, or the live action movie, I believe. So the first prompt, and I'm going to be reading from the list, the first music inspired song prompt is from Arabian Nights from Aladdin. And this one says, choose a pin that tells a story or has a moving element. So I chose, many of you know I collect Vanellope and therefore some of Wreck-It Ralph. And this is a pin from the series called Once Upon a Time, and it was a monthly pin set in 2018. And so we have Ralph and Felix, and then it has this moving element, and the story that it's telling is that Ralph is not happy, and this is Felix fixing things that Ralph has damaged. So Ralph is supposed to wreck it, Felix fixes it, but this is not satisfying to Ralph. He wants more out of life. Nobody's his friend. So he wants some friends, and he does get a friend, and the friend is Vanellope. And so when they become friends, we've got to fix the lighting here because we're going to have a lot of glare. When they become friends, then Ralph is happy. So that's awesome. That's a great story. I'm going to add that to the pin board so I can show you these all together at the end. The next prompt, number 2, is One Jump Ahead. Aladdin is the movie. And for this one, DC said to choose a pin that most describes you. So there's different elements of me, so I just chose one that could be represented in a pin. It's hard to find your personality in, if you have a specific character, that's great. But what I chose to do is, a big part of my life is I am a crafty person, as you know from the name of the channel being Creatively Sandra. And if you've watched, I have many craft projects and DIYs that I do and like to demo those. This pin says, let's craft. And so that is from a Hong Kong collection, Hong Kong Disneyland. The Let's Craft pin, I don't know much else about it other than it being from Hong Kong, and I believe it was a set. I want to say it was in a set of 4. And they're just crafting, building a little paper castle there. I have a small art pin collection that has people or characters painting, doing crafts, paint palettes, things like that. And so this one describes what I like to do. I don't want an actual artist as the pin that represents me because I can't draw or paint directly, but I do all kinds of crafts, copying and on the Cricut, all kinds of things. So I thought this one represented a big part of my personality, because with kids out of the house, that's most of my free time is spent crafting. Okay, number 3, Babkak, Omar, Aladdin, and Kassim. And they are a group of friends from Aladdin on Broadway. And so this prompt says to choose a pin that is a tight-knit group of people. There are lots of groups of characters you can choose from. I decided to choose from my Inside Out collection. This is the whole group of emotions that are in the movie Inside Out. And this is a 5th anniversary pin. So you have fear, sadness, anger, disgust, and joy. And who could be closer than a group that's all stuck in somebody's head together? So they are by choice or not, they are a close-knit group. And they're also friends. So that's a fun one. And this one is an LE500. I assume it came out in the regular Parks releases. It's from 2015, and it's the 5th anniversary, and it's a LE3000, if I didn't say that. So that's a fun pin. Let's see if we can do something about the glare a little bit. Okay. The next prompt is from a song from Aladdin on Broadway again, and that is A Million Miles Away. This one says, choose a pin that celebrates what home is to you. I chose this Alice in Wonderland teacup because in my family, my mom is French and tea was very big. And it's different than, you know, she's a tea with milk drinker, or at least she used to be. And so the teacup, I have a lot of tea representation because that's how my family got together. Like my mom would always be at the kitchen table with her cup of tea. Her sisters would come visit. They would sit around the table, have a cup of tea. When my older sisters came and visit after moving out, and we sat around and had a cup of tea. So tea was always a big part of our family life, at least for the women. So that is why I chose this pin. And this is just an open edition. Well, shouldn't say that. It is a mystery pin from a Loungefly mystery set, and this was one that was, you know, available at like Hot Topic or Box Lunch. And so that makes me feel like home. All right, the next one, number 5, is A Friend Like Me from Aladdin. Choose a pin that celebrates friendship. Well, this is a fun one because this is a great friendship. I chose the pin of Tiana and Charlotte. And they are, this is a Mardi Gras pin. A little bit of that Cape Cod is coming out in my accent there. So Mardi Gras, Tiana and Charlotte. And Charlotte is the greatest friend. She's just looking out for Tiana, wishes her all the best, shares everything she has with her. And so they're wonderful friends. And then even Tiana is willing to give up her love for Charlotte. So it's just a true friendship, and that's awesome. And this one is from 2020 Mardi Gras pin, and it is an LE3500. Okay, next prompt is Prince Ali, Aladdin, from the movie Aladdin. Choose a pin that shows a disguise. Well, I chose from one of my favorite movies, Zootopia, and one of my collections. This is a pin of Finnick. Finnick is a fox, but this is him in disguise as a elephant. And I think he's actually like a baby elephant when they are trying to sell these cherry popsicles and or pawsicles. And a little sneaky on his part. They're trying to make some money, fast cash, get over. So he's trying to look like a cute little innocent elephant instead of a sly fox. This was also part of a Pin of the Month collection, and it was called Scents, something with scents. And so there was, I remember Lotso was in it, and he smelled like strawberries. This one's supposed to smell like cherries. I think it's fading from being out and on my board, but that is the cherry popsicle. Popsicle. All right, well, fun with words, right? Okay, the next pin or the next prompt is Speechless from Aladdin live action movie. Choose a pin that showcases a strong princess to you. Well, one of the strong princesses that I know and love is Tiana, even though I just showed you a Tiana pin, because she's also a great friend. She's a strong princess. She is making her own way. She loves her family. She's following in their footsteps. She doesn't try to rely on anyone. She's a hard worker. So I've pegged her for a strong princess. Oh my gosh, the glare is so bad. Sorry, I'm trying to get that where you guys can see it well. But she is on here with Prince Naveen as a frog, and there is Ray, and he moves. It's a little bit tight, but Ray moves there. He's also a glow-in-the-dark, and then we have Lewis there as well. So there we go, a little better. Oh, I almost had it. So sorry for such a bad glare today. We'll work on the lighting. But this is a beautiful pin. This one was a modern pinup small shop exclusive. It is a Loungefly jumbo pin, and it is an LE 500, but it was exclusive to that shop. And I remember pre-ordering this and waiting a long time for it to come in, but it was worth the wait. I love it. Okay, now the next one is A Whole New World from Aladdin, and it says, choose a pin that celebrates your favorite couple. My favorite couple is Rapunzel and Flynn. I think they're great together. I think he's hilarious. And they just form this special bond after he's just a jokester and out for himself, but can't help but fall in love with her. And so that is a special couple relationship. This was hard. There was a lot of couples to choose from that are great. This is another pin. I don't think this one is a Loungefly. It has that recycled symbol, and I can't remember if those are all like Bio World, but it was from Box Lunch. And I don't know also, I don't think it's a limited edition. Perhaps. The writing's super tiny there. Actually, it would help if I put my glasses on, and then maybe I could tell you. No, that's not a limited edition symbol. So I'm pretty sure this was just an open edition one in Box Lunch, but it's really pretty. It's got pin on pin. I haven't been showing you much of that, but a lot of them do have that pin on pin, and that Finnick one even had a rubberized element. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is You're Only Second Rate from The Return of Jafar. This one says, choose a pin that celebrates your favorite sidekick. Well, I lucked out on this one because I got a 2-for-1 deal. This is a new jumbo pin from Pink a la Mode. And we have Maximus and Pascal. Oof, this is terrible. The glare. Let's see if that helps. The sun is like reflective as well, but you've got Maximus, you've got Pascal riding on his back in the saddle, and it's got this pretty purple pearlized background, and those are gorgeous. You can kind of see that if I tilt it a bit. And so this was a beautiful pin. They're all like 3-inch jumbo pins, and these are also limited edition of 300, I believe. So that was a great score. I tried to limit myself. All of the sidekick pins of this series were beautiful, beautiful pins. Nice centerpiece for a board. So that would be awesome, but I so far only got the one of the sidekicks. Okay, and the last prompt is There's a Party Here in Agrabah, and that is from Aladdin and the King of Thieves. This one says, choose a pin that makes you think of a party. I thought I had one for this that was kind of a princess party, but I ended up going a different direction. And this direction is because who has a party without music and dancing? So I chose one of the music pins from D23 last year, and this is from Encanto. And so it is Bruno. And the song is We Don't Talk About Bruno. I don't know anybody that can listen to that song and not move and not sing and sing along. So that represents a party to me. Parties are dancing, having fun, singing, all of that's involved. So I chose this musical theme, and it also gave me a chance to get my Encanto collection into this pin tag. So that's pretty cool. These were awesome. These were a I think it's a LE 400 on this one. Yep, limited edition of 400. And this was, like I said, from last year's D23 event. They came out with a lot, some beautiful series, and I was trying to collect as many of the Encanto ones as I could from the D23. So let me show you everything together. The 10 prompts. So we've got our crafty pin, our story pin, our tight knit, reminds us of home, best friends, strong princess, character in disguise, favorite couple, representing a party, and favorite sidekick. Which of these pins do you like the best? Are any of these on your list as favorites? The character at least? So it is time for me to select somebody to tag to also participate in the pin tag, and I am tagging Michele over at Raising a Disney Princess. So Michele and Adrian, it's time to get your pins out, follow the prompts, and publish your tag. Let's see what you've got for each of these. Everybody's choice is a different interpretation, so that's been a lot of fun watching, and I look forward to getting involved in the next one. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you'll see the next video coming up, and then leave me a comment about which pin you liked the most, and I will see you on the next one.